Hey everybody, this is the Dragon King. Welcome to Dragon King 72 Media LLC on YouTube, Dragon King 72 Media LLC on Instagram, Dragon King 72 Media LLC on X, formerly known as Twitter, Dragon King 72 Media LLC on TikTok. If you've read the caption, you know where I'm starting, where I'm going, and where I will end up. Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, we know that he was given a thumbs down by the National Association of Black Journalists this past Saturday. Today is the 18th, so that would be about this past Saturday. Today is August 18, 2026, and I saw a video earlier on my way to the orthodontist. And Stephen A. Smith was basically, he had already did a video less than 24 hours after they had, the National Association of Black Journalists had deemed him a thumbs down. He's a threat. He's a threat to black journalism. He's a threat to, black women in the media, Jasmine Crockett, Vice President Kamala Harris, former Vice President Kamala Harris, and anybody else, who is speaking out, particularly black women. Having said that, he went on, he said he does things for black people, black women all the time. He's created a black debate show on YouTube. He said he has some great things coming. He owns his own YouTube channel. I think we all do, don't we? I think we all own our own YouTube channel. Unless he worked out some deal. Unless he got his own production company. Well, I have my own media and communications company called Dragon King 72 Media LLC. So I think, I've got my own communications company as well. And this is part of what I'm doing here, is a part of the digital media, right? So anyway, he's telling us all this, how he supports black women, got daughters, 5 sisters, 13, 10 nieces, 13 aunties, whatever the fuck he's saying. He's going at it, right? And so, I guess he's doing damage control, because he feels like they have judged him wrong. They have misquoted him. He's been mislabeled, categorized, whatever, right? And so I'm like, well, I watched the whole thing. I was not changed. My view of him has not changed. I don't give a fuck what he's coming down the pipeline and things like that. But he's full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Clear and simple. Now, here's the issue. He also says that, they have no idea what's coming next, and he wishes the best for them, and yada, yada, yada. So to vent his frustration, he goes on Sean Hannity's show on Fox News, right? And Sean Hannity loves saying he's moved to Florida where it's so conservative, yada, 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 right? But there is a video, and I didn't watch the whole thing because I can already tell you how it went down. Stephen A. Smith went over to Sean Hannity's show on Fox News, of all places. And he's venting to Sean Hannity, a man and a place directly and specifically known for their racist, stereotyping rhetoric against black people and other minorities, specifically Mexicans. So my thing is this: Stephen A. Smith, you have a problem with how the NABJ has labeled you within the last 2 years. You hate black. You've said a lot of disparaging things about black women. You are constantly talking about black people, black athletes. You are a walking microscope on your own culture with all the flaws that we may have, but yet the man in the White House, who's a 34-count felon, who created a war that we shouldn't be in, one more event that causes military men to lose their lives, and that's what you essentially sign up for. But when it's a war you can't predict versus the one you started, it's a different conversation. But yet you don't criticize Donald Trump the way you should. You hoping you don't have to, and when you do, you try to say as little about his mistakes as possible, because you are adhering to a base that 3-4 years ago you didn't have. You didn't have a MAGA support system. You didn't have a seriously right-wing support system. You didn't have Trumpers following you. Only when you start going ham on former Vice President Kamala Harris, Jasmine Crockett, Joy Reid, and all the rest of them, right? So the thing of it is, now all of a sudden you feel like, you're being attacked, you're threatened. You know what I'm saying? And people they're now they're disparaging you. So you go on Sean Hannity. If you were trying to prove that you didn't have a problem, or you were not this monster that they say you were, you would not be on the show. You would not be on the show where that's all they do is disparage and say ugly, evil rhetoric against minorities, specifically black women. Within the last 7 years, the rhetoric on black women, in the political space has been absolutely horrible. We're not going to even talk about the everyday spaces where black men bring down black women like they're changing their underwear like it's a routine thing. So you go on Hannity to voice your opinion. The man is a racist. The network is full of anti-black, anti-minority rhetoric. That's just what it's made for. You just proven that you cannot be trusted to handle a conversation where black people are saying that you are disparaging them, specifically black women, in the political space, political media space. You have just confirmed what we all know. Why you got a thumbs down by the NABJ? You went directly to fucking Sean Hannity. Had you went to Roland, had you went to, I'm not going to say Joy Reid because she can't stand your ass. So you were never going to get there, right? You could have went to fucking Tamron Hall, right? You could have went to, you could have spoke to Adam Mockler. You know what I'm saying? He's a Democrat. He's a liberal. You could have spoke to him if you don't want to speak to another black person. You could have spoke to Bakari Sellers. You could have set up something with him on his YouTube channel or his podcast. You could have did that. But you chose to go over to Sean Hannity, Fox News, the one fucking place where that's all they do is live in the headspace of anti-black, anti-minorities. You overblowing every fucking stereotype about people of color. They're racist. You went over there. You willingly went over there where you could have went 100 other places to voice your concerns, your opinions. You know what I'm saying? The same way you went to Fox News. This is why we know that the NABJ got it right. And somebody posted on Twitter, I don't know what the account is, but he posted on Twitter all the fucking receipts why NABJ had the right to give you that thumbs down. You know, and why it made perfect fucking sense. You don't go to a place that's known for anti-black, anti-minority rhetoric, racism, stereotypes, out the fucking woodwork, MAGA. You know, you say you're fiscal Republican and social liberal Democrat. I can't fucking tell. Nobody can. This is why when you made that move and went over there to Sean Hannity of all places to voice your concerns, to vent, to cry, and be a big fucking baby about what is happening to you from the NABJ, you went to Sean Hannity. Why? You only proven us right. We already know we was right about you. The NABJ definitely have. The National Association of Black Journalists, for you motherfuckers that don't know what the acronym is. You set yourself up. Now, when they start coming after you, there's this one guy that I've been watching on YouTube. He has a saying, I think it's in the end and in the beginning, it's called, "These are my thoughts." And here's my thoughts. I like his YouTube channel. He's never gonna see mine, but brother, if you do, I like what you're doing. You positive over there, and you calling the shit the way we call it, and we all need to start doing that more, because like he said on last night's show, on his show, there's a lot of black grifters who cater to black people, want to see other black people go down in this society, specifically black women, without context, just because they don't like it. They don't like black women, or they don't like other black folks, right? So, you know, I don't play all the videos and all the shit here because I don't have no editor, and I'm just give it to you raw and unedited like I'm doing right now. But even he was like, "You a fucking dummy. You're a fucking dummy. Like, why would the fuck you go over there? Why would you go anywhere but a black fucking commentary person, or a black pundit who talks about politics, who talks about social issues? Why would you go anywhere but a black person? If you felt that disheartening about what the NABJ, the National Association of Black Journalists have said to you, why in the fuck, if you got a vent, you feeling a certain kind of, why would you go to fucking Sean Hannity? You know why I know why you did it? Because you know you have burned so many fucking bridges within the black journalism, black social media, you know what I'm saying, who ain't buying this Trump shit, yo shit, and MAGA shit. You knew you had burned all them fucking bridges. That's probably why, more than likely. Matter of fact, it is why. Matter of fact, you should have took your ass, if you was really trying to figure out why didn't you go to the fucking Breakfast Club? Not that I'm a big fan of them motherfuckers over there, because they could be just as full of shit as you are. Specifically Charlamagne and DJ Envy. You know, and just hilarious. Lorna is good. That's a show, you know, she can really thrive on, because she coming with common sense. But the rest of the motherfuckers ain't. But you could have went there. You could have went to the Breakfast Club. As a matter of fact, what's another morning show? Hell, you could have. I don't think nobody else was fucking with you like that. I don't think nobody else was fucking with you. They would allow you to go somewhere else. Yeah, I don't think nobody is fucking with you. That they would allow you to go somewhere else and say your piece. But other than that, still, Why would you go to Sean Hannity? You ranted on your own platform, but that was in a response. That's different. You extended that rant as looking for some type of, personal support, on somebody else's platform to see what the vibe is, what the vibe check is. Why the fuck would you go on a racist network dealing with an anti-black, anti-minority, anti-people of color, MAGA fucking piece of shit like Sean Hannity? Why in the fuck would you fucking do that? Now you don't open up a second can of worms. You can't be trusted. You can't be trusted, brother. You went to the one network that everybody knows is going to support what you're saying, but be against everything that we all know about you because it's fucking factual, and they don't, you know what I'm saying? They befriended you because you talk against really a lot of what makes sense, but you talk for what they believe in terms of a small pocket of racism. Not a small pocket, a huge pocket of racism and stereotypes and all the shit. You have done yourself no good deed at all by allowing yourself to go over there at Sean Hannity's show on Fox News. Brother, you might as well have spoken to Trump inside the fucking Oval Office and did a press hearing, because that's how bad it is. That's how bad that shit was. You going talking to Sean Hannity with that fucking over there at that racist ass fucking network. You a fucking clown, motherfucker. Y'all stay in clown mode. Y'all stay in clown mode. You fucking stay in clown mode, brother. And I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised. This is how y'all operate. I'm not surprised at all. This is how y'all operate. So, I just wanted to get that out there. But for you small companies, locally here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or nationally in the United States, for you huge companies, locally here in Milwaukee, as well as nationally, if you believe in DEI commitment, if you believe in LGBTQI plus inclusion, if you believe in racial equity, then you need to go to equity-score-card.base44.app. That's equity-score-card.base44.app. And on that website app, what you're going to find is a list of people who believe in those hallmarks, which I just mentioned. You are going to find people who believe in getting back to humanity, getting back to the basic of why we all here, and that's to support each other, no matter who you are, what you look like, all of that. If you believe in DEI commitment, LGBTQI plus inclusion, as well as racial equity, then go ahead, fill out the application, pay the one-time fee of $99, one-time fee. You will be vetted. You will be giving scores on social scores on your LGBTQIA plus inclusion. You will be giving scores on DEI commitment as well as racial equity. Okay, and that is very, very important, because in today's world where all those things are being ripped from society, where people are losing their jobs, companies are being destroyed, you want to know where your money is going. You want to know We want to know as consumers where our money is going. We also want to know that, you know, where we put our money is safe. It will be respected. It will be honored. People will give a damn. And the money that we pay to those establishments that believe in that and is on this list, that money is going towards initiatives that is going to enhance, embrace, and gather all of us in society who want a better place in life, who want to experience, you know, a life where we all are thriving. No matter what your race, color, identity, your sexual orientation, we all want that. And when you get on this list, people will know that. They will appreciate that. They will respect that. And that will continue to retain many people coming to your store. They will understand that this is the place where I can spend my money, and it will be valued, I will be respected, and I will be safe. And we have to do this. You know, it's important. Because I don't know about you, but I'm not spending my money with people who blatantly gonna call me a sissy, a punk, a fag, or we don't want black people here. I don't want my money going to those places. I want my money going to the people that is on this list at Left Wing Knows. Yes, that's the title of the website, Left Wing Knows. Absolutely. And if you go to equity-score-card.base44.app, that's equity-score-card.base44.app, you can be a part of this system where we all are united and supporting each other and putting our money, putting our dollars where they need to count. So I appreciate everybody watching the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and peace. Y'all take care.